I have the pleasure to welcome to the show former Jamaica and West Indies fast bowler Michael Holding, now Sky Sports cricket commentator. Mike, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for agreeing to do this interview with us.
Thank you very much for having me, Ryan. It's a pleasure joining you. First of all, I want to congratulate you on what you have done so far with your journalistic career. I remember many years ago when you used to hang around the commentary box and telling us exactly what you were hoping for. Congrats, well done.
Michael Holding, that means much more than you think it means. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Life during the pandemic, life without cricket, how has it been for you?
It has been pretty quiet. I haven't really been too worried about it. You know, where I am at the moment has been pretty good. The government here took early drastic steps. They did not wait on someone to get ill or for the virus to start spreading around the country to take some very drastic steps. I think they are working. It's a bit restrictive because at the moment there's a 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew. Only certain letters of the alphabet can go shopping on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and others on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So no, there are restrictions, but they seem to be working, and I'm happy with the way things are going in that regard. It's boring, very, very boring. But a friend of mine sent me a WhatsApp message this morning, and the WhatsApp message was a picture of the great Nelson Mandela. And it said he spent 27 years in captivity without family, without internet, without a mobile phone, without a television. So we can manage.
I absolutely love that. That makes so much sense. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. The sport of cricket is on hold for now, but it's a great time for us to reflect on cricket, not just here in the West Indies, but around the world. What do you make of cricket now in 2020?
Well, as we stand right now, Ryan, I'm not someone that talks a lot about cricket and, of course, watches cricket when I'm not actually working, because I've had enough cricket to last me for 2 lifetimes. But if I was to tell you what I thought of cricket in the last perhaps 3 years, 5 years, or perhaps even further, the direction in which it is going, I don't think it's a secret out there that people think that I think it's going in the wrong direction in certain respects. I think there's too much cricket being played. I think cricketers are not being able to produce their very best because of the amount of cricket that they are being asked to play. And especially as a former fast bowler, I think it's too much of a strain on fast bowlers' bodies. I hear that England are possibly thinking of having 2 separate teams this summer sometime whenever cricket is being able to be played again. That they'll have a team for test match cricket and a separate team altogether for the shorter form. I think you may find that a lot of countries may want to go that direction. The coronavirus is causing that at the moment. I think a lot of teams or a lot of countries may head in that direction because of the workload. I do not believe that cricketers should be asked to play the amount of cricket they are being asked to play now, because I think the standard goes down.
Do you believe that this coronavirus pandemic has revealed, not just for cricket, but for the sporting world as a whole, that the calendar is just simply too packed? There are so many tournaments around the world that are now struggling or will struggle to finish for the season, if not this year.
Well, I think without the coronavirus, people wouldn't really recognize what is going on in the cricketing world. So many times, Ryan, I look around the world and there's cricket being played almost every day somewhere. Once upon a time, there were seasons in different parts of the world. For instance, England played cricket from late April through to end of August. The West Indies, we played our cricket in the Caribbean, February through to March, April, that sort of thing. But now, except for England, cricket, they're trying to play cricket everywhere at all different times of the year. Here in the Caribbean, we're playing cricket now June, July, August, which was never ever heard of years gone by. In Australia, they're playing cricket in the winter and taking that cricket up into the Northern Territories and Darwin and those sort of places that are warm all year round. So people are trying to play cricket every day, and I don't think that makes sense.
Yeah, here in the West Indies, it's certainly become a year-round thing. It's not even a season anymore. It's a year-round sport. What have you made of West Indies cricket? Recently, President of the Cricket West Indies Board, Ricky Skerritt, marked 1 year in office on March 24th. Have you been any more satisfied with his leadership than any other previous leaders of West Indies cricket?
What I'm been satisfied with, Ryan, is what I've heard them say that they're going to be doing and what they have done to a small degree so far. 1 year in office is absolutely nothing. I think people are expecting that everything will change on the cricket field immediately, that we'll start beating teams again as we did 30 years ago. I think that's a little bit optimistic to be thinking that way. But what I've heard them do administratively could bring profits and could bring better results on the field in the future, which is what you're looking for. You've got to start with the administration, because we had a lot of cricketers, Ryan, that just were not interested in playing for the West Indies under the previous administration. At least this administration has brought them back. And more people are now looking forward to playing for the West Indies. And that is what you need. You need a big pool of cricketers. We are a small nation. You know, the entire Caribbean, I think perhaps just over 5 million, less than 6 million people. So we can't afford to be distancing people away from our sport. We have a lot of other sports that are already taking away from cricket. So we can't afford to be distancing people who could have played the game away from cricket, because you need the cream to rise to the top. You don't want mediocrity to get to the top. If you turn out for your school and there are only 12 people turning out for your school, you're almost certain to be playing, because 11 of the 12 will play. If there are 30 people turning out for your school, the competition will be there and you'll be fighting harder to get into that final 11, and the best will get there. With 12 people, it doesn't matter if you're good or not, you'll be there. And that is what we want with West Indies cricket. We want more people playing the game. We want more people wanting to play for the West Indies, so that the competition is stiffer and then the cream will rise to the top.
What have you made of some of the major decisions that President Ricky Skerritt has made in his first year? Richard Pybus was fired. Floyd Reefer entered for a short period. We placed second to last in the World Cup, the One Day International World Cup, that is. Phil Simmons is back, Karen Pollard, Dwayne Bravo. What have you made of those changes?
Well, as far as the players are concerned, Ryan, as I said, I'm glad to see that the players are now making themselves available again to play for the West Indies. As I already explained what that means. As far as the board is concerned and the changes that they have made, when they got rid of Pybus, I'm not too sure Pybus should have been there in the first place. But when they got rid of Pybus, I suggested at the time, it was just before the World Cup, and I suggested at the time that, okay, you have now taken over, consult with the players to see what they think about changing a coach immediately. I have no idea, Ryan, what took place in that regard, whether the board consulted with players or not. So I can't comment on getting rid of Pybus unless I have that story and can rely on that. What I'm hoping to see is structural change and the management of West Indies cricket. There's a culture in the West Indies cricket, as far as the administration is concerned, that I think needs to change. I understand that Webby in Jamaica has sat again. We're going through this again. Another committee.
Another report.
Another
more
report.
Recommendations.
Exactly. Let us see what comes of that one this time. But I'm hoping that the current administration will recognize that the rubbish that took place under the previous administration, they have got to change the culture, they have got to change the way the board is run, the entire management of the board, the constitution of the board, so that that doesn't happen again. I'm also waiting to see what becomes of the financial audit that was done. I hear that the board got it back. They haven't made it public. I don't know if they intend to make it public. Maybe they don't want to make it public because it looks too bad. But I think we need to know exactly what took place so that people can form informed opinions, come to informed opinions as to exactly what went wrong and trying to make it right.
We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Michael Holding and talk about the global inequity that has been rampaging through cricket for many years. Is there going to be any end to it soon? Michael Holding will talk to us about it next.